Živjo, Ivy here. Welcome back to my channel. And this is the last update. Look at this. Look at this book. Because it's fake leather, of course, these white lines have been done. But this is the last thing, the last setup I will do on this journal. It is all the books that I read in December. And I didn't read a lot. Sadly, only 2 books. That never happened. Now, I did end up in a reading slump. I was sick, and then you have holidays and family, and you were hardly ever home, and there was absolutely no time for me to enjoy books. In fact, every time, like when I look at in the past, when I was reading books, specifically December, I ended up reading 6 books. Of course, among them would be like a short book, usually like a very rom-com romance book, and those were pretty much short, and so I would have more books in December. This year, so bad. Never happened before. I made a little mistake here writing library and own, because I didn't read. I don't own any physical books, the books that I've read this month, and certainly not from a library. 2 books that I've read were all ebooks. I'm so excited to start. I have not yet set up my reading journal for 2026, which I'll still need to get into it. I love the journal that I chose. And I did a couple of changes there, and I'm just really excited. I may not sound like it, but I'm really excited to see what I'm going to do, what I'm going to read, how many books will I read next year. But as I mentioned it, I believe last month, I will not give myself, which I didn't do this year, no goal how many books to read. I noticed that my goal of reading is usually around 50 books, and that is fine. For 1 year, 50 books, that's a lot. And I don't read every day. Sometimes I need a break, like a day just no reading, just so that I can observe all the last book that I was reading and how I felt about the book. Because if I read back to back to back without any pause, I feel like I would give certain books a bad rap, or I will criticize them for basically little things that don't matter. Books, I just want to enjoy it and see how they make me feel. And it depends what type of a book I did read. If it did affect me, I'd rather take a little bit of time off reading, just so that I can get back into new books, so I don't feel. Because you do feel different when you read a book. Like, I don't know, you had a bad book experience or something that didn't feel right to you, and you go to the next book expecting that will make you feel fine, but it doesn't, because the feeling of the last book that was either horrible or something uncomfortable that you've been reading still kind of sticks with you. You need to stop. You need to have a pause from reading before you go to the next one, because there were certain books go into a bit more of a dark topic, and you need to calm down, not go from one book to the next, because it can be a lot. And I did notice that it can affect me with my reading if I go to the next book, and I don't want that. As I mentioned, I did start playing a little bit of a game. I haven't played games in such a long time. This game, I was not inspired, but I listened to this author or singer, Aurora, and she was actually singing for the song for Genshin Impact, and I love her. She's a wonderful artist, and I said, like, yeah, the game is for free, let's just have a little fun. I'm hooked. This game is so fun, and I thought it was just a cute game, but boy was I wrong. I'm now into 2 months into this game. I did come quite far, but I made terrible mistakes. There's so much to learn. You just need to really enjoy the game and don't rush. That's all. But that's it. Let's just get into the video. Let's get into the first book that I read for this month. So the first book is Twisted. This is a series. This is the 4th book. Now here's the thing. I very much enjoy like a little bit of dark romance and all that, but certain chemistry and certain things needs to change in these type of books. Specifically, men are written always the same, and women this exactly like men are possessive, dominant. They need to get their way. Women are naive and stupid. Like those type of, it needs to stop. And one thing that I hate the most in these type of books is when a female character gives herself a promise. For example, I will not be naive, I will not believe his words, and the end, the next chapter, all is forgotten. She broke her own rule, she broke her own promise, and I really hate that. Stop writing female characters like this, please. I'm fine if she was a weak or naive, but let her grow. I want her to grow at the end of the book. I want her to be so damn powerful, so confident, that man, that dominant man, is licking her path where she's walking. I want that. And it's hardly to, I mean, I don't know, maybe there are books out there, but just not, or I'm not picking the right type of books. Anyway, let's go into this one, Twisted. Dark romance, fantasy. This is a retelling of, what was it? Aladdin, and you know, 1001 Nights, however you call that, I forgot. But yeah, here we have Eden, who is supposed to be Aladdin. He is not to be trusted, and I already did have feelings about that he should not be trusted, but that doesn't mean that Julian should be trusted at all. No. Jasmine is a girl that I mean, I do get it. Her father is dying. Her father did a lot of things for her, and she will do anything her father tells her. That includes marrying an unknown man. Yeah, like he thought you need to be protected because he is dying, and she's really not cool with it to marry a complete, like, you know, how do you call it again? It's not exactly a forced marriage, but oh great, I forgot. Basically, her dad wants to find a suitable man for her to marry. In the end, Julian, who has worked with her father, they're working like they have this company that are selling diamonds. And Julian wanted to, when Jasmine's dad passes away, to have the company written on him, and he will like follow on. And when he realized that everything's going, once he's dead, that everything goes to his daughter Jasmine, he was like pissed. He was angry, and so he had a different plan. He did want to, you know, remove Jasmine from this earth, if you get me. But first he thought like he's going to blackmail her to marrying him, and that's how it all starts. And then them having feelings and all that, even though these type of feelings, when I said in the beginning, this also needs to stop. Just because a guy is hot, I really hate the female characters just lose their fucking minds and just go for it, completely forgetting about themselves, about anything else, just this guy just because he's hot. That needs to stop. The only book that that the female character was written a little bit different was the 3rd one. What was it? Was it Twisted? Basically, the 3rd one was different because the female character was a mobster, she was a drug dealer, she was an assassin. So yeah, she did kind of hold her ground, and she was much stronger than the female characters that she's written now. Like Hooked is still my favorite because it's just the beginning of the series, but then you see the same formula going in the same direction. That needs to change. You need to change this up. Overall, not that I hate the book or anything, I still had fun. Like I said, I can go into the book and have my little fun. Just I want characters to be written better. Spend time writing your characters. What type of personality they have, and not just because they're freaking hot that everybody that needs to go down on their knees and worship them. No. And even if they do that, I want them to grow out of it and then stand their own ground. That's what I want with Jasmine. I want her to be stronger. Overall, yes, I still enjoyed this book. This book is 3.5 stars. And now into the second book. I decided for a thriller, mystery, horror book, and that is Guillotine. This book has a twist. Also a very short book, around 170 pages. It's an ebook, like I said. I read my books on my e-reader. So we have our girl Daz, who really wants to be into the fashion world. Like, she's making her own clothes and all that, but she's just not making it. She's not being recognized, and it's kind of going, problems with money. So she met this guy who is disgusting, who only likes himself. Everything needs to be the way he says, because that's how we grow up. And the reason she was going with this guy is because of his mother. His mother is huge in the fashion show, and she thought, I will stick around with him until I meet his mother so that she can talk to her and maybe have a career, have a chance. She was ready to do anything she needs to even get into this guy's pants, even though she doesn't want nothing like that. She's ready to do it. And I have to say, warning, please read the warnings. There's a lot going on in this book, and I thought that those things are going to happen to Daz. Oh, hell no. This is something completely different. It just gave me the vibes of the Saw, the movie, because this is a revenge book. And sadly, Daz just found herself in this. She's completely innocent, because she's not part of this her new boyfriend's family. She just wanted to go to this vacation island that his family takes once in a while, where the entire family gathers there, and to have a chance, like I said, to meet his mother. Yeah, that year something was planned. I don't want to spoil it. Things were planned for this family to not exist anymore, and Daz is there among them. She is running for her life, trying to survive, and that's all I'm going to say. I very much enjoyed this book. This is my favorite book of this month. Like, it's not like I've read a lot of them, but yeah, this is my favorite book of the month. Short, straight to the point, loved it. Also, one thing that really kind of made me angry in this book is men have rights to everything, even if they do the most horrendous things to you. They can get free. Like, you're not allowed to say anything. Even if you do want to speak up, you won't exist anymore to speak, Women are just there to give babies and shut up. That's it. And that's the revenge. That's how not just from the women's side, there were some men as well, but mostly for women. And oh my god, I had fun with this book. This is great. This was a great book. Now, something that I did here is something that I should have done in the beginning of my reading journal, and that's something that I didn't do, and that is a series tracker. And I did this tracker for all the years that I actually been reading, because I've never done it before. So yeah, this needs to be done. So I think I started my reading journal in 2021, I believe. And every series that I've read, I would write here. And in my next reading journal, I would do the same. Just so to see if I want to go back, if I've by any chance stopped reading the series, if I want to go back to it or not. Or maybe I made a mistake that I read a book and it's in the series, but I read the third book and I haven't even read first or second. They're like standalone, so you don't need to read them, but at the same time, if I was fine with this book, I would go back to read those other two books as well. And yeah, I actually found quite a lot of, I think 2 or 3 books I found like that I didn't even finish. So this is just a little setup that I did to know which series I did read, which series did I finish, and which series I need to finish, if I want to finish, of course. And I made a lot of space. I was thinking, oh, I don't think I have read that many series. I really like to read either a standalone or to finish a series, right? But I learned that I did read quite a lot of series, and yeah, it's a good thing I did make a lot of pages. Even one is completely empty, but it's fine. It's fine. And this is my end result for my December 2025. Which books I've read? Not many. This is all I did. I'll write later about the game. Basically write characters, which characters I had, where did I come, and all that. And yeah, this would be it. This is the end of this journal. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope I inspired you, or maybe give you ideas which book you would like to check out or read. Any books that which books did you like through this year? Write them down. If I haven't read them, maybe I will go back to them. As you can see, I did read quite a lot of the series. And then the next page is completely empty. I didn't make a lot space, but that's fine. This is just a couple of pages that were left. And that's it. I filled up this journal till the end. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And here we are going to show you my favorites of the month. So that's that. Thank you so much again for being here, and I hope to see you next time. Ciao, ciao.